Welcome to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for joining us. We start the show this week with National Night Out. The 31st National Night Out was celebrated across the country, and here in Montgomery County, residents came out in force to meet with law enforcement officials. Lorna Virgili joins us with details. Lorna?
Sonia, there were about 14 National Night Out events throughout the county. The first stop for the county executive was in Olney. It had the feel of a community fair. An antique fire truck from the Sandy Spring Fire Department, mounted police officers, several business booths. Olney residents seemed happy to enjoy the good weather, but all in all, it was about keeping the community safe and engaging with county officials.
This is the place that we start every year because of the tremendous commitment of our community and all that you do in order to help our law enforcement and to send a very strong signal across our community that we are really serious about crime, but we cannot do so and respond to that unless the community is actively engaged.
County Executive Ike Leggett, along with Police Chief Tom Manger and State Attorney John McCarthy, visited several of the county's National Night Out observances. This is a yearly event that gives residents the opportunity to meet up with law enforcement officials to discuss crime prevention methods.
You've got before you not only a number of our elected officials who support public safety in Montgomery County, but you've got the public safety team from Montgomery County.
And the gathering focused on keeping Crime Watch volunteers informed, interested, and motivated. It was also an opportunity to thank those that keep us safe.
I want to thank the county executive for his leadership. I want to thank all the first responders, the fire service, the police, all those who step forward and in collaboration with the community, keep the community safe.
Statistics showed that the crime rate in Montgomery County is 3 times lower than the national average. In Olney, for County Report This Week, I'm Lorna Virgili.
The Montgomery County Police Department has won numerous awards over the years for the department's innovative programs and crime prevention efforts. And recently, one officer received a national award for the work he's doing for one particular cause that hits close to home for him. Susan Kennedy reports.
So good to see you. How are you doing? Thanks for talking to us today. I really appreciate it. So this award was given to you just last month. Talk a little bit about this. Was this a surprise to receive this?
Very, very much so. I've been working for Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety for many years on passing the graduated teen driving laws as part of MAP 21 for federal legislation, mandating it become a priority in every state. And then last month I received a phone call that they wanted to recognize me for my citizen advocacy, and I was dumbfounded and surprised.
Big honor, big honor. You've spent the better part of your career, though, advocating for safer roads for all of our residents. Why is this something that you're so devoted to? More
people in our county, unfortunately, die every year in traffic crashes than they do in homicides. But this became even a greater issue for me in 2008 when I lost my 15-year-old son, Ryan, in a traffic crash. And I realized that my work was not done and I had to actually do more to try to make a difference.
When you go and speak at schools and you go talk to kids, do you tell them about your son and what do you say to them about him?
What I explain to them quite simply is, if it can happen to me, then it most certainly can happen to you. And I try to get them to say, what are they going to do differently after they heard my story or we talked today that they weren't going to do before that. And those little things, I think, what will make a difference, just getting people to make aware that small changes could save their lives.
Do you think that teen drivers today are better educated and better prepared to get behind the wheel when they do get their licenses?
No, I don't. And the reason why I say that is we have not been successful in fully engaging the parents and understanding the nature of the problem. And parents don't recognize that, you know, the #1 cause of death for teens is driving crashes. And we need to get through to them that it's a humongous responsibility. When I teach with, talk to kids in forums and teach in presentations, the kids come up to me and admit that the parents don't necessarily ride the full 60 hours that they're required to before before they get their driver's license. You know, between speeding, distracted driving, and people not wearing their seatbelts. We've identified those for many years as the primary causes why people die on our highway, and we're trying to make a difference there. And then finally, as you know, we just started our school bus safety program where we got automated enforcement on our school bus.
What goal do you see for yourself in the future as far as the next problem that we need to attack here?
What we have to do is mobilize more officers to make traffic a part of their daily responsibilities, and we take our 600 to 700 patrol officers and get them to do a little bit more, try to get them to commit to make a bigger difference. And I think overall we'll make our roadways safer, and we'll get people to come home every night, which is the #1 plan.
Among Montgomery College's many efforts to make education available to our county's underserved populations is a partnership that targets students whose lives need a change in direction. MCTV brings us the details.
Montgomery County Correctional Facility Warden Robert Green says that education and workforce training are key ingredients to successful reentry for many that come through these doors.
92% of the 12,000 that will come through the Montgomery County Department of Correction and Rehabilitation this year are going back to the streets of our community. How do you want them back?
They're going to be back in the community again, so we want to make sure that they have more skills when they leave than when they came. That's a benefit to society.
Montgomery College professor Joel Levine teaches digital literacy classes at the Clarksburg facility. He's committed to this program because he, too, sees the benefits.
Education, perhaps, is the best solution to reduce the amount of recidivism or returning back into this particular environment.
The theory? By learning these computer skills, students will be more prepared to re-enter the workforce and society.
There are almost no jobs that you don't in some way touch a computer, or even if it's not your job, you know, it's your banking, you have to have computer skills.
The message is,
for the students, it's a step towards a brighter future.
Well, maybe I do have a chance. Maybe I can have a life and a career with these college courses and classes.
So it teaches me different skills with computers. So if I wanted to make this my occupation when I get out, then this will help very much.
starting point.
We're not giving them a step to the front of the line. We're helping them get in line and understand that the journey to college in Montgomery County is a bit easier than you think.
This fall, the program will offer more courses, some for college credit, and they'll roll out a new program that gives students access to tablet computers. The success of this partnership gained national attention this summer when the White House named Montgomery College President Darian Pollard a champion of change for her leadership in partnering with the correctional system. In Clarksburg, I'm Francine Wyron for County Report This Week.
Swimming at Lake Needwood has always been off limits, but Montgomery Parks officials are warning visitors that elevated levels of a toxic substance in the 75-acre lake can also make you sick.
You can still hike, you can still picnic, you can still do archery, you can still boat, you can still fish. You can't swim because we don't allow swimming, but basically any other activity you would normally do in the park, you can still do in the park. We just advise you that if you make contact with the water, that you wash your hands thoroughly before eating or drinking or smoking.
Parks officials say the toxic substance, known as microcystin, can cause harm to the liver of humans and pets. Warning signs are posted around the lake, and visitors are reminded to take the following precautions. Keep your dogs on a leash and do not allow them to drink or go in the water. As mentioned earlier, swimming is prohibited in the lake at all times, and it's important to wash your hands if you do come in contact with the water. Finally, only eat properly cooked muscle meat of fish that are caught in the lake. You can find out more information about Lake Needwood and the warning on the Montgomery Parks website. When we come back, the city of Gaithersburg celebrates Train Days in Old Town. And we'll preview some of the fall offerings at the Montgomery Tennisplex. Later, we'll tell you about a photo contest and scavenger hunt at this year's county fair. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more than 10,000 county government phone numbers? But there's only one number you need to remember for non-emergency calls, 311. MC311 is Montgomery County government's online telephone information system. Need information? Have a problem or complaint? Trying to locate a county government facility? Call 311. The call center is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. The website is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
At the 66th Annual Montgomery County Agricultural Fair, you can feel country in the air. Experience our thriving agricultural community and enjoy all of your favorite rides and food. Witness the stars of big-time wrestling, WWE legend Mick Foley, the Mighty Midgets, and more. If you've never seen a monster truck perform twin 360 backflips, don't miss this year's fair. Only $10 admission, and kids 11 and under get in free every day. Visit mcagfair.com for more information.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. The railroad played a key role in the growth and development of the city of Gaithersburg, and some of that history is now on display at the Community Museum in Old Town. And if your family likes trains, then you have to check this exhibit out. Train watching is a popular activity in Old Town Gaithersburg, where on any given day, you can watch the CSX, Amtrak, and MARC trains rumble by. But did you know that right next to these railroad tracks is the Gaithersburg Community Museum, where visitors can learn about the city's history and where they will discover how important the railroad was to the city's economy and growth.
The train made Gaithersburg a bigger city.
The lifeblood of the town was the railroad. To get here, you had to come by train. The people that worked here, the things that they made, they left by train. Pretty much everything that made Gaithersburg up until the 1950s was because of the railroad.
Today, the city's rolling stock exhibit sits just outside the museum, and the train collection includes a 1918 steam locomotive, a C&O railroad bay window caboose, and a 1953 Bud car, which is also known as a rail diesel car, or RDC.
I like the RDC. That's one of my favorite, mostly because it reminds me of when I was a kid.
On train days at the museum, visitors can also enjoy model trains up close.
My son is obsessed with trains. Everything trains, he's all about it. He has a huge train set at home. He loves watching shows about trains. So I knew that I had to bring him here when I heard about the exhibit.
What do you like about coming out here?
I mean, it's interactive for the kids, and they've redone a bunch of the stuff, so it looks really nice. And they have little art things to do as well. You hear a train coming, and then you can sit and listen to the trains come and watch them.
You can find out more about the Gaithersburg Community Museum and train days on the city's website.
We're small, but we're growing. We've got lots of things already and more coming.
Save the date. The next train day at the Gaithersburg Community Museum is scheduled for September 20th. Speaking of transportation, it's time to check in with Tom Pogue from the county's Department of Transportation for an update. Tom?
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update for Montgomery County. The county has a variety of transportation options to help older adults get to where they want to go. One of the newest is being provided by the Department of Recreation through a contract with the Jewish Council for the Aging, which has provided quality transportation services to seniors for more than 40 years. The service provides free rides to senior centers Monday through Friday for county residents 55 and older. Residents must live within the service area of the Damascus, Holiday Park, Long Branch, Margaret Schweinhut, or White Oak Center. The drivers have specialized training in working with the senior population. Other options for seniors include free ride-on service midday on weekdays, senior smart trip cards, Metro access for medical appointments or other types of trips, call and ride taxi discounts, and Senior Connection, a service that utilizes volunteer drivers. For more information, visit our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/seniors. We're working to keep you moving.
Are you on Twitter? Montgomery County's 311 Customer Service Center has launched a Twitter account that provides residents with non-emergency county government information, and residents can request services via Twitter. What this means is that you can now tweet MC311 with a question or a request for service, and you will receive a response. Tweets are monitored Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Tennis enthusiasts, listen up. The Montgomery Tennisplex is open year-round and offers some creative opportunities for time on the court. Take a look.
Welcome to Montgomery Tennisplex. We're a brand new facility and we have 8 indoor courts. They're air conditioned and up all year round for cool play in during the hot summer months. And we have 4 outdoor courts. They're lit for nighttime play as well.
I didn't put any effort because I thought it was out. It's out!
We've got lots of great programs. We have hundreds of kids, actually 400 to 500 kids that play every week in the winter. We're starting summer camp right now, as you can see behind me, and we'll probably have 80 to 100 kids every week for summer camp. We have leagues that play here almost every night, Montgomery County Tennis Association and the Frederick League. We have ladders, we have adult programs, we have fitness programs that we have. We have a nice indoor extra space for fitness. Instruction for all different levels from 2.0 all the way to 5.0 groups on Sunday nights. And we just have a lot of action here. Our biggest problem is that sometimes we don't have enough courts, which is a great problem to have. One of the best things that we have here is our coaches. It starts with Jack Shore, who's the founder and really who got this whole thing started. And he has a great coaching track record. He's in the Hall of Fame of the Mid-Atlantic Tennis Association. We have lots of coaches of a variety of ages and personalities. They're all top-notch coaches. The kids and the adults love them. And in the end, this is really a people business. So even though we're providing great technique and great instruction, it really matters that our customers love the coaches.
When we come back, we'll show you a camp for girls that teaches life skills. And we'll attend an all-star meet. Don't go away. County Report This Week. We'll be right back.
Be a part of the excitement at Montgomery County Public Schools Back to School Fair on Saturday, August 23rd from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come out to the grounds of Carver Educational Services Center, 850 Hungerford Drive in Rockville. Ask questions of MCPS staff and learn more about community resources. Enjoy music, dance, prizes, and more. Find out more on our website. See you at the fair.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. More than 60 Montgomery County Public School students participated in the amazing Young Ladies Leadership Camp this summer. This middle and high school girls program is sponsored by the MCPS Department of School Safety and Security. MCPS TV has the story.
The camp is a 5-day camp. Starts Monday morning. They come in orientation, they meet their counselors, they get their t-shirts, they're escorted to their dorms. Immediately we start doing team building games so that they can start communication with one another and working together with one another, because we think that's important with girls. We meet here with the rec department right away and they start getting them involved in additional team building activities. Starting Tuesday, they do rotations between 4 different speakers, which range from promoting leadership, self-confidence, and education. Topics of self-safety and, loving yourself, building self-confidence, and actions have consequences.
The guest speakers that they bring to talk to us, and like the counselors themselves and the way that they talk to us, all help to, boost our confidence, boost everything about us. And I feel it's a wonderful program, and I feel lucky to be able to be a part of it.
What's actually most important in school is learning things that are going to help you be successful in life. You all have committed to doing that this week. So the Amazing Young Ladies program is just such a wonderful example of how our staff leads the work. They've come together and said, you know what, we want to engage our kids in positive activities during the summer that helps them get off to a good start next year. The kids are having fun, they're learning important life skills, and I just appreciate everything our staff is doing to create this opportunity for our kids.
I think it's a great program. Any girl who can get in the program should, because you have a lot of fun. You work with team building, leadership.
We want to promote the leadership qualities because we feel that if they prepare themselves now, this helps them prepare for their future. We have girls that need to have that reinforcement, need to know that there is support out there for them.
This program was inspired by a similar one for boys, the Courageous Young Men Camp, which got its start last summer. Montgomery County's public library system is recruiting high school students for its Teen Advisory Group, also known as TAG. Teens between the ages of 14 and 18 who like to read, write, and who may be interested in interviewing authors and public officials are encouraged to apply. Any teen who likes doing social media, YouTube, and video productions should also consider applying. TAG meets monthly from October through May at the Rockville Memorial Library. Applications are due by September 5th. You can apply online by visiting the county's website. The Montgomery County Board of Elections is looking for students in grades 6 to 12 to participate in its Future Vote program. Future Vote students will serve as Election Day aides during the 2014 gubernatorial election on November 4th. You can find out more about this opportunity by visiting the Montgomery County Board of Elections website. The city of Rockville recently hosted the Montgomery County Swim League's All-Star Relays. Rockville 11's Katie Giardi has a story.
The Montgomery County Swim League All-Star Relays brought out the area's best swimmers to the Rockville Swim and Fitness Center.
But this is kind of like the culminating meet for all those really, really good relay teams out of all of Montgomery County.
If you won your relay for your division, you come to All-Stars and swim against other divisions.
The swimmers were ready to compete for the final race of the summer season.
It's really something the kids work for, and it's the best of all the teams coming together, and to have it with the relays is really great because it's not just one kid swimming, but it's relay, and really in a relay anything can happen.
Rockville Swim and Fitness Center was the perfect place to hold the race.
Rockville's is a very special pool because it's huge. There's a lot of people here always. It's a very fast pool. It's really deep, and a lot of these kids don't necessarily have the opportunity to swim in a pool like this. So just being in this environment overall and being able to swim with people that are very, very fast, I think is really exciting.
While the meet had winners and losers, those we spoke to were happy for the chance to compete.
I think it's really fun to be in the water, and I like the competition.
It's great exercise. It's an individual sport, but it's also a way to come together as a team. And for MCSL, it's a great way to meet your neighbors.
When we come back, we'll tell you about some of the fun activities at this year's Montgomery County Agricultural Fair. Then we'll go back in time for another Heritage Montgomery Civil War moment. And we'll introduce you to our Pet of the Week. Don't go away. County Report This Week is coming right back.
Montgomery College students, we are looking for student bloggers to share their MC experience. Bloggers will post regularly to the college website. Apply online using the link on the montgomerycollege.edu front page. Applications are due August 16th. The Montgomery College Shuttle is on its way. The new bus will run between the Tacoma Park, Silver Spring, and Rockville campuses weekdays between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Shuttles begin on August 25th and are available to anyone with a current MC ID. Register now for the fall semester at Montgomery College. Classes begin August 25th, and there are hundreds of programs and courses to choose from. Register in person at any of our 3 campuses or online anytime, 24 hours a day.
Welcome back to County Report This Week. I'm Sonya Burke. Country is in the air at the Montgomery County Fairgrounds this week. There's so much to see and do at the agricultural fair, from the rides to the animals to the entertainment and the exhibitors. As you head over to the fairgrounds, don't forget to bring your camera so that you can enter the Picture the Fair photo contest. It's easy. Just snap some pictures or record a short video and send it over to pics@mymcmedia.org. You could win an iPad mini. Speaking of contests, you'll also want to take part in the Twitter scavenger hunt, which is sponsored by County Cable Montgomery. Participants will hunt for items at the fair, take pictures of them, and post to Twitter with the appropriate Twitter mentions. You can find a list of rules for both of these contests on the fair's website. It's time for another Heritage Montgomery Civil War moment. Our story left off as Confederate General Jubal Early was marching toward Washington in the summer of 1864. Here's Barbara Grunbaum with more.
In July of 1864, General Jubal Early was leading Confederate troops through Montgomery County, hoping to take Fort Stevens in Washington, D.C. Their route took them through Monocacy, Gaithersburg, and Rockville. We pick up the story as they approach Silver Spring. As General Jubal Early continued toward Washington, he directed most of his troops to travel along Beers Mill Road and Georgia Avenue. On the 11th of July, they arrived here, Jessup Blair Park, 2 miles north of Fort Stevens. This is where the rebels made their camp for the night. The Blairs, a prominent Silver Spring family, had a number of homes here. The one that belonged to Mary Blair is the only one that remains. Her grandfather, Francis Preston Blair, hosted General Early and his officers in his home, which was known as Silver Spring. Early gave orders not to harm that house. But Montgomery Blair, who was Lincoln's postmaster general at the time, wasn't so fortunate. His home, Falklands, was burned to the ground during this raid on Washington. By Tuesday, July 12th, federal troops had arrived at Fort Stevens, ruining Early's plan to surprise the Union. After 2 days of fighting, the fort was held. President Lincoln was there to observe the encounter. Asa Abbott, with the U.S. Signal Corps at Fort Stevens, wrote this eyewitness account.
President Lincoln mounted the parapet and stood there in a long frock coat and plug hat, a very conspicuous figure silhouetted against the sky. The officers told him that he had better get down, but he did not move or make a reply. Just then a surgeon came and stood on Mr. Lincoln's left. He had not stood there 1/2 a minute before he was shot through the leg. Then Mr. Lincoln got down, as deliberately as he had got up.
Early left his dead and wounded behind. Years later, 17 bodies were recovered. They were reburied in the cemetery of Grace Episcopal Church in Silver Spring. This monument was erected in 1896 by 2 local Confederate veterans groups. For County Report This Week, I'm Barbara Grunbaum.
For more on the Civil War in Montgomery County, visit Heritage Montgomery's website. Let's meet our pet of the week. Now it's time to go to the Humane Society for more.
Hi, my name is Catherine Zanzano. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator at the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center. We are the county's only open admission shelter operated by the Montgomery County Department of Police. We're doing a promotion where for the month of August, the adoption rate on all small animals is only $1. So that includes rabbits, guinea pigs, gerbils, and hamsters. Squeaks is a guinea pig that is available for adoption here at the center. Her adoption fee is only going to be $1 for the month of August. She was brought in by an owner that could no longer provide care for her, so we are trying to find her a new home, and we're confident that a family will come in soon, and when she comes up to the front of the cage and starts squeaking at them, they're going to want to take her home. If anybody is interested in finding out more information, they could either call the center at 240-773-5900, or they could visit our website at www.montgomerycountymd.gov.
With that, we close this edition of County Report This Week. Remember to like us on Facebook and to join us again at this time every week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. We close the show this week with images from 2 camps offered at the Tacoma Park Recreation Department, Dance Camp and On Stage Camp, where campers express their artistic side through theater and dance. I'm Sonya Burke. Thank you for watching.